Hey everyone, it's the return leg now, flying back to sunny Scotland from Perth, although it has been a bit chilly here today. So I've just arrived at international departures. I've just been in and checked my luggage in because I was running a bit late, but there's absolutely nobody there. So I think the flight is pretty empty between here and Dubai. Via Dubai, I don't think there's any way I could actually do they do a direct route with Qantas from Perth down to London, but by the time I've done a change in London to get up to Glasgow, it doesn't actually save me any much time, plus irrelevant of what class you're flying, and I don't fancy sitting for 17-18 hours in a steel tube, I suppose. So yeah, this is perfect. It's quite a nice airport, so I'll just give you a quick walk round before we go to security. absolutely nobody in security whatsoever. Never seen it this quiet. Good old JB Hi-Fi. That's probably the biggest, or one of the biggest retailers in Australia of electrical goods, everything from your laptops and even stuff like this, other DJI. So I actually brought my drone over with me, so just to, when you're now travelling with drones, and there's a big clamp down on, you may have seen it on news or if you've travelled recently, but with power banks, you're not allowed to take your power banks on any longer. Or, sorry, you are allowed to take them on, you've just got to make sure they're in your hand luggage. And what they like you to do is, for my drone and the cameras for this DJI Osmo Action Pro 5 that I'm using now, they want you to put them into that special travel bag, so the connectors on the batteries, the terminals on the batteries are not going to create any issues. But I've actually got mine in a charging case as well. But the drone batteries, because there's 3 of them from a drone, they are in a I don't know what you would call it, I've just got it off Amazon. It's like a anti-explosive or
attention ladies and gentlemen, AK607 bound to Kuala Lumpur is staging for the following passenger. Kupos and Jetty, that's Kupos and Jetty.
Well, we're not flying to Kuala Lumpur today, although we have been there. It's an interesting place to go and visit. It's a lovely city. So what we're going to do now is make our way to the Emirates lounge. And this is all different even since May when I was last here. Well, they're making a lot of changes here. This is all new, this is a full new layout. That must be what they're doing all the work. Yeah, even this is all new. Well, since May I hardly recognise this. And that's more or less the end of the departures terminal. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make our way back up towards the duty free and then into the Emirates lounge. Before you go into the lounge, this is I suppose the last place to grab any drinks and snacks or anything you want for the flight. But if you're going into the lounge, it's all provided for you. And there we go. Into lounge. So all these people here will be waiting to catch the Emirates flight. It always leaves from this terminal right next to, that's that's where you walk down to the plane, but we're going to go into the lounge. We're all sat down now. So today I'm in seat 11A. And if you check the planning as well, if you look when you come onto business class, you've got seats in the configuration that are right next to the window, like this one, but on the one behind and the seat in front, their seat is actually next to the aisle, and all of this bar area is next to the window. So when you're, just as a tip, when you're booking, check the configuration of the seat to make sure you're getting one that's closer to the window. No, yeah, I'm fine, thank you. So as soon as you board, as you can just see, they come around with offering you drinks. So I'll give you a quick tour of the area in business class. And first class is when you're board, you turn left and first class there, and they're like individual cabins that you get in. They've got doors on them. So in here you've got your large screen TV, as you can see there, and the ICE, as it's known, information, connectivity and entertainment. It's supposed to be award-winning entertainment system, but I have nothing to compare it with really for long haul to Australia, because I only ever fly with Emirates. But it does have an absolute endless amount of movies, up-to-date movies. It has live TV. So on the way out here I was watching football on the plane coming out. You've got TV, you've got your live TV, sports channels. Hi, how are you?
Sorry to interrupt,
That's okay.
Mr. Howie, right?
Yes.
This is the correct pronunciation, yeah?
It'll do.
How can I do it correctly?
Hewitt.
Huey. Perfect. Welcome on
That's
board.
okay,
Can I have your
thank you.
welcome drink to start
I'm
with?
all good, thank you so
Sure?
much.
Alright, perfect.
Yeah, thank you. So the staff are amazing on these flights. They're always attentive. So as you can see now, you've got your podcast, TV, movies, ICE Live TV, sports, news. And if you have to go onto Emirates website, you can, if you put in the flight details, or if you don't know the flight number because you haven't booked a flight yet, but if you put the journey that you're going on, it'll actually show you all of the entertainment type back here. So TV channels, you've got everything: drama, documentaries, sport, discoveries, HBO, BBC channels. So it's just absolutely endless. So you certainly won't be bored, even though it's nearly an 11-hour flight from Perth to Dubai. Your connectivity is your Wi-Fi on the planes. If you're flying business class and first, it's free. I'm not sure about economy, but I think if you are a Skywards member of the Emirates travel membership, if you become a member with those, I think you get free Wi-Fi, but I don't always use it, to be honest. It's kind of hit and miss once it gets in the middle of the ocean. And then information is just all the information on the flight. You can check the travel plans, the interactive map of where we are today, how long you've got. Sometimes you don't want to watch that because when it still shows, you think you've had a sleep and it still shows 10 hours. Yeah, so sometimes I don't usually turn it on, but because this is a night flight, what I generally do on this is actually just turn the TV off and try and get some rest, even though it's quite difficult. But so looking around this seat area, you always get some nice slippers and an eye mask. The slippers are great for obviously walking on the aircraft, because you've probably seen now I've actually got changed. The first thing I do on this long flight is I actually go and get changed, just to put a pair of sleeping shorts on and some and a relaxing t-shirt. But they actually do come round with sleep pyjamas as well, and they're actually really comfortable, but I don't wear them on here because I actually take them home, because they're actually great for lounging around the house. And you get toiletry bags, so when they bring them round I will show you. But on here you've got your stereo headphones. Again, I bring my own because I prefer to wear my own in-here ones. The menu, which is always some great choices in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking. My name is Ian Cox. I'm from Chile. On behalf of Emirates.
So they've just come round with the pyjamas. I know you can't really see them. They come in a nice bag, but they are so comfortable. Loungewear. So gone for the large, extra large. Wishful thinking. I wish they were baggy, but maybe one day. But they are absolutely amazing that they get what they supply to you. And again, they all colour match your slippers and eye mask.
Let me know if you change your mind about
So what you've got here then, you've got your TV. It actually does come out as a controller, but it only comes out when it's in transit, so I can't, it's locked at the moment. These buttons here are for the window blinds here, and they won't work at home until you're in the air, but these are also your window blind operations. You've got 2 windows per seat. You've got absolutely loads of luggage space. So this thing here, this is the mattress that they'll put on the bed when they come round to make the bed up. It's a mattress that goes on there, and more storage there. So as I say, I've just got changed, so I've just put my clothes in there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard this flight to Dubai in partnership with Condor and Qantas. We're celebrating 25 years of Emirates Skywards, and we would like to welcome back our Emirates.
Under here you've got your all your
members.
Skywards magazine, your entertainment magazine, and plenty of storage.
If there is anything we can do to help you, please let us know.
Now, this flight is actually a new, it's just been refurbished. This is a new design of seating.
Your power bank in your seat pocket or under
quilted,
the seat in front of you. Please do not place
quilted
it
texture
in the overhead locker.
seating, which is really nice. It does actually come out into a bed. So in here you get your water, which is obviously always to keep hydrated. They always provide you with small snacks, so a mixture of various snacks and nuts, and that's probably jelly beans. Yeah, jelly beans in there. But in the bar throughout the whole flight at the back of the aircraft, it's just constant food and drink at the back. Even everything from spring rolls to sandwiches to fruit, small desserts that you can choose from. Now, just as a tip as well, when you're flying, because this is a night flight and it's a long flight, so you want to try and make it dark. The screen you can turn off up there, so there we go, that's gone dark. Now on here, this will light up blue most of the flight, and it does get quite annoying, so you can actually turn it off up there. This button here is your reading light, but it is bright. You got multiple charging on here, so it's great for just about charging anything. It takes a British plug, obviously, and it will take other nationalities, but I've only ever tried my Australian and British plug. Headphone socket, USB chargers on there. I'm not so sure on the voltage, actually. It's probably 120 to be honest, but it seems to keep my my Microsoft Surface charged. This controller comes out as well, as you can see. Another handheld controller for the screen, and again you can turn that off as well, because otherwise that's completely in your face when you've got your bed made up. And then what you've got here is all of the, oh yes, thank you very much. Hot towels, these are glorious when they come round, but they are absolutely roasted. So you've got your seat controls, just put that up there. You've got your upright, you press that and it's a full bed, and these are your general recliners, but we can't recline it yet because we're still sat on the we're still sat on the ground, so it's only really when the captain turns off the seatbelt sound you can put it back, and then they'll come round and put your mattress out and make it ready for bed. So I shall here as well you've got your full-size table that comes out. It is a really large table, but you get that much food and drink, you need it to cope with everything. But once the bed's made up, I shall take some, I'll video that as well, but otherwise I will try and take some shots of the bar. It's not set up at the moment. I have just been down there to get changed and it's not set up, so yeah, once we're airborne I will, if I'm not asleep, I'll take some more videos.
Mustawa dayanın. Apron level. Mustawa.
Time that I swear I will call you again. I need you again, so stick around.
Yes, I mentioned you like 4 times a day. So it's top. Oh yeah.
Time that I swear I will call you again. So stick around. Time that I swear I will call you again. I need you again, so stick around.